Hi, Una Alexander here, and I help you radically love your child to happiness and great behaviour. So today's video is going to be really useful for you if you've ever found yourself in that situation where you're telling your child again and again to stop doing something, like perhaps screaming or maybe jumping on their little sister. And you're telling them again, maybe they're stopping for a moment, but 5 minutes later, they're doing it again and again, and you're just, you're fed up with it. And wondering, how you can say it, maybe in a more emphatic way, in a more clear way or something, so that they finally understand. Have you ever been in that situation? So if you've been in that situation, do type "been there" in the comments. So great to know. So what I'm going to suggest for this is something completely different. So not going down the road at all of, well, how can I say it that will make them stop? Because, and this is why, children don't want to be made to stop doing something. They don't want that. In fact, they want something completely different, something completely different from us. So what's that? What they actually want, and it's what most human beings want, they want to be understood by us. They want to be seen. And their behaviour is a kind of communication to us about that. So what I suggest is really putting aside all thoughts of how can I make them stop, just chuck it all away, and instead start asking yourself, I wonder what my child is trying to communicate. Get really curious. You get really curious, because that kind of opens the soul. We become, not the one who knows and is telling our child things, but the one who's inquiring, who's open, and we soften them when we get curious. We kind of like, we're on an exploratory mission. We maybe don't have the answers, and that's the truth of it. We don't necessarily have the answers, and we need to find the answers in connection with our children. And so when we let go of needing to, find the way to do it and, administer it to them, but instead get curious, everything changes. And then you may find that you actually know already why your child is doing it. It's just that it's not that thing that you know about them is not becoming the topic of conversation until now. So what I'm going to encourage you to do then is to make that thing that you know the topic of the conversation. So perhaps, so you might say something like, I'm wondering if you're screaming all the time because you think I can't hear you, or you think you're not being heard, or you don't feel heard, or I wonder if you're jumping on your little sister because you wish that she was big enough to play with you. And see where you go. You don't even have to get it right. It's just that effort of seeing things from your child's point of view that helps to heal the situation and will mean that you don't have to repeat those requests in quite the same way, because you connect with your child and they feel understood, they feel seen, and everything settles down. So if you like the sound of that and you're going to give it a try, do let me know below by saying, gonna give it a try. That would be so nice to know that a few people out there are going to give that approach a try with I'm wondering if. And if you'd like to know more, you're really warmly invited to download my guide, Solve the Struggle with Your Kids, which is available on the homepage of my website, unaalexander.co.uk, and you'll find a really practical overview of my radically loving approach with lots of steps that you can bring straight into life with your children and see the changes happening, and so that you can, totally rock your radically loving parenting. So lots of love to you. I hope you've enjoyed this. Bye.